The player takes the role of an independent third party, taking the reins of the most powerful surveillance technology ever built, tasked with the investigation of a terrorist attack on a monument in the capital of a fictitious country called the Nation. Armed with a context-sensitive browser, the player dives headfirst into one medium-deep rabbit hole. I adore the brutalist functionality of the game design. It feels like a desk job. There is nothing special to it, everything works as one would expect it to. It should feel cold. It should provide a degree of separation from the subject while not hindering gameplay. This is one of the hardest tricks any game designer can pull off. Take it from a boring person who unironically loves to create spreadsheets for any number of things. This rocks. Coming in on the opposite side of the spectrum is audio design, or lack thereof. The only notable attempt at anything are dynamic music changes when the player comes across shocking new information. And yes, I'm exaggerating, because the music is exaggerating. The whiplash from the norm is that great. It arrives suddenly and leaves before it had a chance to order a freaking latte. Then there are all the missed opportunities. The player has access to various types of data, from text to web pages to voice calls. Instead of a transcript, it would have been great to have the few calls fully voiced. It would have brought the player even closer to the characters. Of which Orwell utilizes several one-dimensional archetypes, with a couple of exceptions that show a hint of a second dimension. Fortunately for the game, the player is not forced to linger on any of the cast. We get just as much as we need to understand from where the wind is blowing before moving on to the next person. For better or worse, commentary on surveillance killing the human experience acts as the main character of the game and is largely responsible for the ankle-deep depth of the human pawns. Orwell is a tricky proposition. On one side it is concise, excellently showcases pitfalls of absolute surveillance, should be a mandatory play on any high school. On the other side it is cynical to the core, does not allow a solution of the privacy-security conundrum. I could speculate that the original intention of the authors was to show the only winning move is not to play. However, I'm writing this script 70 years after the release in a world that is inching closer and closer to a world of AI-driven absolute surveillance. The absolute surveillance of Orwell fails even with a human at the helm of its moral compass. What chance do we have in the real world without such an agent? At the end of the day, art is a reflection of our perceived reality. I understand that having no way out nets a more chilling experience. However, if the resolution does not provide a positive outlook, something to aspire to, it leaves the observer in a very dark place.